Meg. A lot of you all know Meg because she's been on quite a few films. She has been I don't want to endorse this thing about chestnut mares, you know. There's obviously some chestnut mares that are, you know, but she's all right. The problem is she's one of them horses that you're going to have to work her. She thrives on work. She loves to go out, you know. She's always, whenever you go to her, she'll drop her head down to have her harness on, you know, over her head. She's there, you know, lovely. Anyway, the story about her is she was real bad in traffic, seriously bad. We cured all that, and then the lovely lady that owns it decided to get a new vehicle, and then the new vehicle was going to be, a few weeks, which turned into 8 weeks, 2 months. So then she went home for 2 months, and the problem is we've had to have her back. She's been here. She's in her 3rd week now, back here. Well, had the lady have had the cart and everything was set up as it should have been, well, that would be it. She would just be driving her. But she drove her when she come down and handled her really nice. But she's sharp. So when I say she's sharp, she's nothing bad about her. You know, seriously, there's nothing bad about her. She ain't got to kick her, bite in her or anything like that. She's just a loving, kind thing. But she is active. She's like one of them people, you know, on springs all the time. So I'm getting her to walk down here, and over these last, as I say, she's starting her 3rd week now, about 2 weeks and two or 3 days, and she's coming nice. She's only in a rubber bit, but then that's nothing new. We only drive them in rubber bits. She's in one of them new windering bits, which is good, and she's going down here nice. So this is a Monday morning. We're down in what traffic there is. Quiet morning this morning, really, in town. But we have seen a few lorries and had a good few passing us, you know, which you'll see on the film. But when the lady gets her home, she's got to drive her. You know, got to get her out because I suppose the only way you could say it is she don't forget. That's a silly thing to say, that she forgets what she's got to do, but she's uptight, you know, and now she's just coming, you know, sweet. It's a good girl. Steady now, wait till I tell you. Right, trot, babe. Go now because we're sort of committed to her, really. Steady, baby. So she's real nice, lovely soapy mouth she's got, you know, she's got nice on your hands, everything's nice about her. It's just that she's going to be one of them sort, I mean, she's coming 6, I think, year old, I'm not sure. There's so many horses in, you can't remember all their ages, but I think that's right, she's about that age anyway. So she's going to be one of those that's going to want regular work. You know, either ridden or driven. You know, she just needs to be out and see it, because when she comes, she gets real fuzzy quick. She'll have a couple of days off, you know, 3 days off. Now the difference is, there's another thing you could say about, you know, that's worth mentioning. When they're with us, they do not go out to grass. So we have a paddock, you know, a dry paddock that they can go in and go and have it, like the arena, for instance. They can go in there and have it if we need to let them just, you know, have a roll about and a little kick in the butt. Then that's easy enough. But they don't go out. The reason they don't go out here, how would I know how much they've eaten, how much they've stalled, how much they've passed through them, you know, how much they've paid, you know what I mean? So all of them things is all part of knowing that they're eating correctly and doing the bits, you know, doing it correctly. Come over, darling baby. Trot now, sweetheart. Trot. Oh, what's that? So they don't go out. Now when she goes home, she'll go out, you see, and that will help with this, like, this much enthusiasm she's got. She gets like on springs. She's like bouncing off the walls, you know. It don't bother us, you know. We're doing this all the time. It's not a problem. But obviously, you try and get the horse to be as suited as you possibly can to the person who's going to drive it. And it's up to them. This lady that owns this is very good. But it's up to them, you know, to plan their time so that they can take them out, and that's what she's going to need. And then I think she'll be fine, you know. But she's a little bit springy even yet, but she's got another week with us now, and she'll spend most of that time downtown, either here or Stockbridge, the other town we go to. She's not afraid of anything really now. I mean, like big lorries, etc. She was really bad with. Well, you'll see on the film big stuff passing her now, and she don't care. You know, well, I say she don't care. She can cope with it quite happily. So what I mean is, when I say she can cope with it and building her own confidence, if you look, you'll see that the reins are slack, and she's standing there. Now she could certainly move because I'm not holding her in one position. She could certainly move, you know, to the left, to the right, forward or backwards, if the large vehicle was too much for her to cope with. But she's managing to stand on her own 2 feet and, you know, cope nicely. Just started in the last 2 or 3 days. I mean, obviously, when you're doing this, obviously they're getting better and better, but if she's got any time off, she could take a few steps back. I suppose that's the best way of putting it, really. If you give her time off, she will take a few steps back. And it might be, we have people that bring their horses down to us for a week or 2 every springtime, because they're working, they haven't got the time to get them fitting up together and show them it all again. You know, if they've been off all winter, I mean, you know, they're off like in October time, around till March. Well, obviously, what they do is send their horses down there here in that time, you know, 2 to 3 weeks. We get them up and fit and facing all the world again and coping perfectly happy with it, etc. You know. So this is just as important to bring up these little back roads, because you get things being unloaded and they're clonking and banging as they unload them, and there's people shopping and bits and pieces. Although it's stone dead today, I have to say. So, you know, coming down these little roads, if it wasn't such a wet, cold day. Come on, baby, trot now, darling. Trot. Trot, babe. Trot. Trot. Good girl. Now that there, you could say, well, she didn't answer you. You know, I wanted to answer me when I asked her the question, so I told her to trot. I asked her to trot, and she, you know, didn't bother. She like that automatic sweeper there, where a lot of horses would jump out their skin. There you go. Trot. But she was looking at that window, and the little dog inside the shop there was barking. Now, trying to explain this is not easy. In one way, I should say to her, oi, that'll do, get on with your job. The other way is, the more she sees, the better she'll cope with it, won't she? So in that little incident there, where we're not going to interfere with any traffic, I don't care if she didn't answer me immediately. I asked her about 4 or 5 times to trot, and she didn't, because she was looking and taking in you know, the little dog running about, people behind the glass inside the shop, etc. So that's part of training, is knowing when to, you know, reinforce what I say by raising my voice or speaking sharply to her, like if I said to her now, steady, that'll do. Let her walk and relax. You see that walk? She's not relaxed, she's still got too much weight on my hands. There you go, you can hear the difference in the beat of the feet. And I say to her, trot, straight away up, yeah? So that's just by raising my voice, not by smacking it, it's not with a bloody whip or anything like that, or, you know, slapping it on the bum. I do that, and people often criticise me and say that's bad. Well, that's a silly thing to say, really, if you analyse it for a minute. If I tap them on the bum with the reins, there's not much wrong with that, not in my opinion. Not once the horse is broken trained, no. Crude then, but now, yeah, it ain't a bad thing. Because when horses, well, this horse is more or less done, you know, coming back to its job now. Perhaps not the best example. But if you've got a young horse in, there's nothing wrong with doing that, you know. I'm getting them used to that, feeling that round now. Because if for whatever reason you make contact with the rein, say they jump forward and you hold it back and then the rein goes slack and touches them on the bum, you know, you don't want them taking off, do you? You want them to be able to accept that, you know, that they're not being smacked or anything like that. It's just, but if I had a little tap on the reins and an instruction like trot, so she can certainly distinguish between that and like that tapping her bum, you know what I mean? Oh baby dear, steady darling. Let this funny little car out, look. Oh, there's my girl. You good girl. Oh darling. So you see this now, we'll get this week. So some air brakes have just gone off on a bus behind us, which is fine. And she's fidgety, see? Now I just got to sit here calm. I mustn't pull her mouth about. And now because that's gone, I've just got to say to her, stand still baby. Right, walk darling. Okay, walk up. Walk up. There's a good baby. Good girl. No point in getting cross with her, you know, yanking on her mouth, doing anything like that. It's just crazy. And it, yeah, I suppose it's like experience comes into it, doesn't it, obviously. I just want her to relax in this queue of traffic. Time we get to them lights, I'm hoping that she will be relaxed, taking it in her stride, you know. Steady, baby. Steady, my little darling girl. Yes, you are. That'll do. Stand still now. Stand still now. Stand still, baby. Busy all the time. Her head's going all the time, you know. What can we do now? Shall we go over here? Shall we go over there? Shall we? Come on, let's gallop. Let's go up here like this, you know. But no badness in her. But she would get you into trouble, wouldn't she, obviously? So people say, well, why would you bring her downtown? Well, how are you going to train her if you don't bring her into these situations? You know, you've got to stand still, my darling. Poor baby, stand still. And then I could talk about, you know, this thing now, like for instance, on the vehicles we use, they're all expensive vehicles. Oh, yeah, I suppose they are really expensive vehicles. They've all got brakes front and back, disc brakes all around, independent suspension normally, airbags at least. And stand still now, darling. Stand still. Stand still. Walk. No, just walk. Just walk, my sugar plum. Good, my little baby girl. Yes, you are, you young rascal. Yes, you are. That's a lovely one, just nipped past in front of us. I don't mind that at all. That's lovely. That's going to happen when she gets home. The more we can show her, you know, the better she'll be. So from all that you'd see her when she come back, she was. You want to be a bit You know, she tests your nerves when we, you know, first got her home, just around the yard, you know, let alone anything else. Just stand still, my baby. That's all right, my darling girl. Yes, you are. You stand still now, sugar plum. You stand still, my sugar plum. Stand still, my little baby girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, you stand still now. Stand still, baby. Yes, you are. You good girl. You good girl. Oh, she's coming down and relaxing now. I can slack the rein. She's just dropped her leg. That's what I was looking for. Can you see her hip down there? That means she's, you know, she's got her leg at rest behind. Well, no horse moves away on 3 legs, does it? Obviously. Even that car starting up by the side of us. You know, these cars now stop and start on their own, don't they? Whoa, baby girl. Yes, you are. You stand still, my sugar. Stand still. Now, this is very difficult for all because it thinks, well, why am I standing still? There's nothing in front of me. Why do I have to stand still? Stand still, baby. Stand still, darling. Stand still. And this is a marked improvement on how she was. So again, she's dropped her leg. Yeah, come back on it now, but she's just dropped her leg. Stand still, my baby. I've done it again here. You can see this side this time. She's dropped, you can tell by the shape of her hips there. Come on, baby. You good girl. So it's just a lot of time you can't keep yanking these reins, pulling them back and down. You've got to just, so they've got side reins on, keep your hands still. See, I don't pull them. She walks onto the bit. That's her choice, not mine. I'm going to restrict her. Walk, baby. That's it. And I want her to walk. Not trot away, but just walk away nice and sensible and quiet. Well, nice and quiet. Be a little while yet before she's just sensible. But it'd be surprising in a few days, now she's turned the corner, and we can have a conversation, if you like, the two of us. Got a nice bus coming up the side. I love buses for training horses because they've got the bus with no engine, haven't you? The engine's at the back sort of thing. Another one behind that, double decker. She coped with that pretty well. She moved her head about and up and down a bit, but she weren't pulling on the reins. I wasn't having to restrain her, you know, I rolled her back or even let her walk onto the reins. But she's just one of those, you know, she's a fizzy sort. She'll want plenty of work when she gets home, or at least put it this way, regular work. The fact that she'll be turned out will help a lot because she'll be running around and kicking and bucking, etc. They can't do that in a stable, can they, obviously? Oh, some of them do. But, trot, baby. Trot, baby. And normally on a Monday morning, the town centre here is, town centre's up here really, but it's quite busy, you know. Come on, my darling. Up you go. Up you go, baby. That's it. Good, baby. Good, baby. Good, baby. So she wants just an encouraging word, you know, softly spoken with her. She reacts better to that. And if you raise your voice to her or you're sterner with her, let's say that, she will, you can get her attention, you know, you can, but I'd sooner do it my way, which is nice and soft and gentle, talk away to her. But when she was here before, you'd see she'd go and she'd be lovely. You wouldn't have to talk to her at all. She'd come all the way down here around anywhere you want to go. You wouldn't have to talk to her. But now she just needs my voice just to help her through things a bit. But in a week, you know, even a few days, she's turned the corner and she's having her leg at rest, and we can control her in a little queue of traffic and big stuff's coming past her. So the worst of it's over, and she'll start settling down now, and within the next week or 10 days she'll be, well, I think she's about a week or 10 days before we've got the I think that's when she'll get picked up. Because that lady's got to arrange transport, that's why I can't give you a definite time. But we'll drive her up until, obviously, even the day she comes to take her, we'll go out with a lady and she'll drive her. You know, in this situation or anywhere she chooses to drive. So she's going nice now. Go on, my baby. Tread straight, that's it. Steady, my darling baby. Steady, my little girl. That's it, just go steady. So there you are, that's Meg.
There's a smile on my face every time I hear that sound. The rhythm of the hooves as they touch the ground. And there's no better place I'd rather be than with my safe, confident horse.